Hey, students. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great week. Um, at this point in time, I've reviewed all of your outlines, and I'm seeing a few key issues that I think we need to review. I'm going to give you an opportunity, and I meant to type this opportunity to redo outline. This is going to be due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. So if you earned a grade that you did not, you weren't satisfied with, then this is an opportunity for you to then go and make some changes, and I will review those changes and you can improve your grade. So I want to go over a few key issues that I was seeing pretty consistently, and I think some of you just need some clarity. And I think for some of you too, it's an issue of really understanding the different components of a paragraph and what the job of those components, what the job is, and what they're really supposed to be fundamentally doing for your essay. So, one of the big things, your thesis should be a clear message. Some of you are really writing this more as a biography, and you're neglecting the fact that this essay is supposed to be an argument. It's supposed to be an argument over um, uh, why this person is the strongest leader in your field. Your thesis should focus on one person, and it should be very clear why that person exhibits leadership qualities that make them stand apart from others. Some of you dove into three people, some of you didn't really go into the prompt at all. And so, really, it just read more like a biography or a fact sheet. Another thing that I've noticed is all first and second person words should be eliminated. The type of words I'm referencing are words like you, your, etc. These are words that speak directly to the reader. So posing questions or ideas like, do you know who Charles Darwin is? Or you might think, we want to eliminate any kind of assumptions that we're making to the reader. We want to eliminate speaking directly to them. You should also eliminate first person language. The type of words I'm referencing are words like I, me, myself. This creates a level of bias. Okay, that's the big issue here that should not be present in an academic research essay. Again, this is why it's so important to consider purpose and your audience. If you're writing a personal narrative, then of course, using words like I, me, myself, it makes all the sense in the world. But when you are posing an argument, you're trying to prove something to your reader, you don't want that level of bias present. Let's take a look at the following example. And these are just silly examples, but I want you to understand the point. I believe that Dr. Pepper is the superior soda to all soda products. And right here, I've used this first person language of I believe, okay? Then we have this other example. Dr. Pepper is the best soda on the market. Now, I want you to listen to these two one more time. I believe that Dr. Pepper is the superior soda to all soda products. Second example, Dr. Pepper is the best soda on the market. Which one are you more likely to believe? Most of you are probably saying, well, of course, the second one. And I'm sure there's some really in depth analysis of the psychology behind that. Why are we more likely to believe something when someone isn't using the language or the diction or word choice of I believe, I think? I don't know exactly why, but the reality is we want to eliminate all of that language so that we're creating an essay and creating work that doesn't have this very distinct biased tone to it. And then finally, the biggest issue that I commented on for many of your outlines were in framing your topic sentences. Remember, the purpose of this paper is to frame an argument about leadership. This is not a biography. This is not a timeline of their life or a listing of their accomplishments. Many of you are mistaking accomplishments and background for leadership contributions. Okay. Those things do not make them a leader. Anybody can create something, anybody can start a company, anybody can be a nurse, anybody can be a veterinarian. Those don't create leaders. It's how the person has developed over time. That's what creates true leadership. So, I want to give you a couple examples of things I'm seeing. And it's not that you have bad ideas, it's that you're not framing those ideas to really create an actual argument. So, I just used an example and created something that just for simplistic purposes. John Smith created smaller versions of tables for kids to sit at and make parents' lives easier. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, that shows leadership. He created something. But all this is not argumentative. This is a fact. There is no way for me to sway someone's opinion over this statement right here. It is just a simple fact. This is something he did, but it does not make him a leader. Now, let's see how I reframe this idea. John Smith created an environment of innovation, forcing other creators to think outside the box, to consider what would solve a problem. One example is the child size table. So, what you can see here, what I've done is I've explained why he's a leader. He's an innovator. He's forcing other creators to think outside the box. He's making people consider what would solve a problem. This is what makes him a leader. The child size table is just an example. And that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing in the mistakes that y'all are making. You're jumping right into examples. You're saying, oh, this person created this vaccine. Oh, this person was an educator. Really, even educator would be better. This person created curriculum. This person, you're talking more about what they did than how those decisions made them a leader. And again, this goes back to the purpose of the paper. And the purpose is to create an argument. And you cannot create an argument by simply just listing things that the person did. Let's consider another example. This has to do more with their background. A lot of you talked about the background of the person, which again is fine, but it's all about how you frame it. John Smith was diagnosed with a learning disability at age 5. Again, this is something that happened to him, but it shows nothing about leadership. Each topic sentence should frame the argument of why that person is a leader. So I want you to see how I changed this. I talked about the same thing, but I framed it in a way that showed his leadership. John Smith's background equipped him with a multitude of challenges that equipped him to be a man who was capable of defying all odds. Okay. What I've done here is I have now explained to you why this man is a leader. He is capable of defying all odds. One example was his early diagnosis of dyslexia. And guys, what this does is it not only frames the argument to show the leadership, but it creates space and it gives you room to not just be so skewed. This, you can only write so many sentences about his learning disability. But this sentence that I framed right here about how he had a multitude of challenges. I could go into three or four examples and really create a well rounded paragraph. And that's the job of the topic sentence. It's to number one, go back to the thesis and to frame your argument. That is the purpose of this paper. You're not writing a biography, you're not writing a timeline. You're writing an argumentative paper over why this person is a leader in your field. And then the next job of the topic sentence is to create a well rounded sentence so that you can actually write a solid paragraph. You don't want to limit yourself by jumping into examples rather than really creating a strong topic sentence. I hope this was helpful and cleared some questions up for some of y'all. And again, your opportunity to redo this outline is due at Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. I'll be around and available today and tomorrow if you have any specific questions pertaining to your particular outline. Have a wonderful day.